Ryan Garcia tweets about Eddie Reynoso. By this time, we've pretty much all seen the tweets about Ryan Garcia splitting from Eddie Reynoso due to the fact he's feel that he's not taken serious in the gym. And it just seems like Eddie Reynoso does not have time for Ryan Garcia. Now, when it comes to Ryan Garcia and Eddie Reynoso, I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's some of what Ryan Garcia says, and I think also Eddie Reynoso doesn't take Ryan Garcia that serious. I think Eddie Reynoso might be matching Ryan Garcia's energy. And you know that by Canelo simply coming out and saying that he needs to work harder. One thing that I can say about Eddie Reynoso and his team over there, regardless of the steroids, fighters popping dirty and all that other stuff, besides that, one thing that stands out to me, and it's the same thing that stood out to me when it comes to people like Bruce Lee, Floyd Mayweather, Tupac, is work ethic. You know, they do work hard over there at Eddie Reynoso's gym. Canelo does work hard. Even with all the controversy, the PEDs, the scorecard, the cheating and stuff like that, even on top of that, you can clearly see that Canelo works hard at his craft. And I think they want Ryan Garcia to match that same energy, but they feel like Ryan Garcia does not do that. So of course you're not going to prioritize Ryan Garcia. Then Ryan Garcia goes on to drop a tweet talking about Frank Sanchez, about how Eddie Reynoso has only showed up to train Frank Sanchez on the day of the fight. I believe that also. You know, I think Eddie Reynoso thinks all he needs is Canelo. And for the most part, he would be right. But I think he's so high on Canelo, he really doesn't care too much about anybody else. You know, Canelo is his highest paid client, and Canelo, just having Canelo in your gym or working with Canelo brings you more clients. So Eddie Reynoso is pretty much straight. The only reason why I think it's a little bit of both is because it's the first time, at least me, it's the first time we have heard it about people feeling this way about Eddie Reynoso. So I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. What I'm saying is the first time that we have heard it. And you couple that with the fact that they don't believe that he works hard, or he needs to put in the work, or, you know what I'm saying, he just need to put in some old-fashioned elbow grease and show that you're serious about this shit. And the reason why it comes from Canelo and it stings is because as successful as Canelo is, he's never went lackadaisical on his training or working at his craft. That's just the truth. He's always tried to or improved his craft. That's one thing you can say about Canelo Alvarez. He has constantly tried, and you have seen him progressing and improving his craft. And he's on top of the world, and he still busts his ass. So when somebody like that look at somebody like Ryan Garcia, who hasn't done anything, it's like, bro, you haven't even got to the finish line, but your work ethic is like somebody who's already passed it. So that's why I think it's both. It's Eddie Reynoso and Ryan Garcia. But I also do think if Ryan Garcia showed the effort that they want to see, I think Ryan Garcia would be another one of Eddie's top clients that he would show, I guess you would say, favoritism to, you know. But when you look at all the people in the lightweight division, as far as the names that we know that stand out, Ryan Garcia is the most unaccomplished. And he's the only one that's been running his mouth and really hasn't done anything yet. You know, even though that's the case across the board in the entire boxing world. But he still hasn't done anything. He talks a lot, but he still hasn't done anything. You know? So I think at that point, you know, Eddie pretty much don't care, because it seemed like he don't care. And also, especially in my profession, you have to understand that switching trainers or blase splee is nothing personal. You have to work with people who you have a connection and a vibe with. I can't train anybody who don't want to train for me, you know, or don't respect me or respect my craft or respect my knowledge or any of that stuff. You have to believe in the trainer in order to do all those things that you really don't feel like doing. You have to trust that his knowledge will take you to the goal. If you don't feel like that about them, yes, then you need to change. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It might be a better fit with another trainer. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to find where you can fit in. You know, it's nothing personal. So when it comes to what Ryan Garcia is saying, I think it's simply due to the fact that he doesn't work that hard, and Eddie Reynoso is so high up there, being trainer of the year and stuff like that. He don't gotta sweat it. If you don't want it, you don't want it, and I'm not gonna make you want it. Okay, I'm eating good, I'm living good. I got one of the top boxers in the game. I got clients coming in and out, and I got people who are way more serious than you. So no, I don't care. You know, so it's a little bit of both. Anyways, that's just my opinion on it. I'm out.